Hey, traders, welcome to episode 767 of the show. You could be doing anything, but you're here, and I appreciate it. It's a Saturday evening. I didn't even think about going live till someone asked in the Discord, and so I was like, well, since it's International Fibonacci Day, I guess I'll go live just in its own honor, right? I mean, it doesn't happen often, right? It's 11/23, November 23rd, right? And it's like, why is it International Fibonacci Day? All right, so it's like when the date is written in the month day format, 11/23, the digits in the date form a Fibonacci sequence, 1, 1, 2, 3. Fibonacci sequence series of numbers where a number is the sum of the two numbers before it, right? So like 1 and 1, all right, the next number's 2, then like, okay, then 3. Well, the previous number's 4, 1 and 2. So 1, 1, 2, 3. Hype in the chat for an International Fibonacci Day. Hold on a second. Let me just add. I mean, obviously, I didn't find anything. You know how like you'll find a PNG of something or like a GIF or like, you know, Happy Birthday or Merry Christmas or Happy Halloween. There's absolutely nothing on International Fibonacci Day because no one cares about International Fibonacci Day. So it's like obligatory that I went live to be like, yeah, International Fibonacci Day, because we don't do it, no one will. Literally no one will, dude. Okay, so here we are. Okay, so college football Saturday, watching the Georgia Texas A&M game right now. I've got money on it, and other games too. So Bitcoin though has done nothing, right? I mean, I would have talked about Bitcoin immediately as soon as the stream started. If it had done anything, it's actually just sitting there, just below a critical support, 7360, 7400. You're below it. If you look at the 4 hour, you can see the correlation in price action to those trend lines. It's derp. It's below them 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 4 time. Going on 5 touches or something at 7360. This would be the candle high close back from 2018. This is the wick. So it's the little zone right there. And it's just not above it. It's below it. So this craps around long enough, we might see lower prices. We talked about it. If you break 7,400 convincingly at all, square up at 7,500, but another square up around like 8,000. So you could very well see 8,000 if we break 7,400 soon. But if you don't, if we do not hold this, if we cannot break above it soon enough, we will soon see 6,800. There's just nothing else. There's like no support. If you look at the daily, to the left, nothing, dude. Look, this is what I'm talking about. That candle high close and the wick close, right? You're below both of them right now, and you just keep failing to break back above them. Soon enough, it's like, all right, are we confirming to the market we're below it, and it's time to sell off again to create some demand? Well, guess what, dude? Look left. Okay, oh, there's maybe a support at 7,100. Maybe it holds at 7,100. Maybe. But other than 7,100, there's nothing till, I mean, look at what's stronger of a support, right? Down here, right? Or this. 1 candle low close. There's a lot down here. Okay, yeah, Georgia, go ahead and literally choke to a scrubby Texas A&M team. That's Georgia. All right. You can't tell me, if this is the way the game ends, you can't tell me Georgia deserves to still be number 4, okay? Yeah, right. Alabama destroyed A&M. Killed them. What's up, Vegeta, man? Good to see you. Bitcoin's also watching the game. Truly. Crypto Bird Dog. Truly. So, that's just the reiteration of the analysis from yesterday, where nothing has changed at all. Okay? Trying to break something, but you're not really trying to break it. You're really just testing it. So, that's about it, right? The daily candle that closed yesterday is nothing, right? It was the lowest low of the entire correction that's been going on for nearly 150 days. Aquanaut Saint 1, or Aquanaut Street 1, could be one or the other. Thanks so much for the sub. Welcome on this Saturday. Can't believe you're even watching, dude. Thank you, dude. So until you get some sort of daily candle close, Japanese candlestick reversal pattern, it's just not good, man. It's like, I mean, what was it? Hey, if you're at 8,500 and you break 8,500, where are you going real fast? You're going to 7,500. You got there in a few days. If you break 7,500, where are you going? 6,800. You touched it like the Jesus man before. A big push back to the upside, and the main reason I think that you got that big push to the upside is because that's a critical support, man. There's a lot going on there. There are short sellers that are covering there, as well as they're just old school limit buys down there, propping the price up. There are many things going on at 6,800, and that is why you got some sort of emotional knee-jerk response to touching that and why it bounced up. Okay, but now the market is like, okay, that happened. So now let's see how the buyers and sellers respond to that knee-jerk reaction, the upside. Well, so far, it's nothing. There is no response. The response is indecision, barely anything, after, again, breaking a critical support. So it really doesn't look that great. Straight up.
Bruh.
Hope you're well, brother.
Hey, Dan G, thanks for the $5.04. Doing well, man. Thanks for the 22 bat. Much love, man. International Fibonacci Day. Can you believe it? I think you can. There it is, dude. Nature paints its own masterpieces. The golden mean ratio. The 1.618. Fantastic. Put that right there in its honor. Okay.
Bruh.
Speaking of Fibonacci Day, Grubhub hit a .886 retrace from all-time lows to all-time highs. Falling wedge potentially? Long-term trade setup possibly? Daily time frame?
Maybe. Yeah, that's so bad, dude. Falling wedge? How could you get a falling wedge out of this? This is Grubhub. This is the entirety of its lifespan. No, of course. This is what happens. Look, if you don't restart your PC as a streamer, you're effed. Okay, you're completely effed. You can't just, oh, I left it on one day out of the year and I want to stream again. No, you can't do that. Nah, it'll just stop working randomly. It'll stop doing things you want it to. So I don't see how you can see that. Oh, it actually worked finally. What the? God, getting trolled by this stupid PC. Yeah, there you go, Georgia. Good job. Effing losers. So this is it. I don't know. How do you get a falling wedge out of this after a gap down on earnings in a rally? Okay, there's so much volume here that you could definitely argue that this is a breakaway gap, a very bearish breakaway gap. Yeah, you'll rally, but you'll probably never fill this gap soon. You'll probably just continue rallying and eventually just sell it. You might back test $46, right? Critical resistance points, and then sell off to lower prices. All right, 88% retrace. Au contraire, I don't believe that at all. Not an 88% retrace from all-time lows. I think is that what you said? Low to high. That's not even a 78% retrace from all-time lows to highs. Is that what you said? From all-time lows. That's log scale. Oh my God. Wow. I freaking hate log scale, dude. And this is what happens when I don't turn my PC off. Everything comes back the way it was when I left the stream yesterday. Yeah, you're right. You're completely right. Low to high, 88% retrace. Really nice how we bounced there. I don't know, man. I just can't catch a break, dude. Cannot catch an effing break. I try to go live just to give updates, okay? Kind of distracted. And yeah, that's a really deep retrace. Okay, but again, I still think this could be a breakaway gap. That volume is the highest volume of all time. That's like the most selling pressure of all time for this asset. So again, that nothing changes where I say that where we are here, like $48, you run up to test it and you never break it. Falling wedge though? I don't see a falling wedge. I don't know how you could see a falling wedge here. Unless you anchor just randomly here to here. That's not a wedge. Not a falling wedge. Dude, Georgia, that team is so trash, dude. I do not know how they're number 4, and I don't know how they only have 1 loss to South Carolina. So, all right. So the thing is, it's like, okay, I think it's cool that Grubhub hit an 88% retrace, the deepest retrace. That's great. That's value area stuff. But I'm also kind of torn on this type of sell-off. That's terrible, and it was pretty bad. I think they got killed too. I think the fundamentals are awful for Grubhub. They're really bad. Oh, thank God, 4th down. No, I'm not going for Texas A&M. I'm going for Georgia. I have money on Georgia. So just to perform, really. I mean, all Georgia has to do is win by 1 point. On one of my biggest bet, they only have to win by 1 point. And then I have smaller bets where they only have to win by like 3.5. So they have to win by 4 points total. So yeah, I'm covering right now, but barely, dude. Could you anchor the top resistance on the left most high right after the gap? What? Top resistance on the left. Oh my God, dude. Okay, and so my right contact is like, it's like vexing me to like no end. Like I can't even, like anytime I move my eyeball, it just is uncomfortable. And it's just pissing me off so much, man. All right. I don't know what that means, Leon, at all. Could you anchor the top resistance on the leftmost high right after the gap? Leftmost high right after the gap. I mean, sure, might maybe be a resistance, you know, $57 to $58, $60. I don't know, psychological resistance too. I don't think any of that matters. I think if you like break $47, you're gonna go up to like $58. But that's the thing where you gap down below a critical horizontal line, historical support resistance, you come up and then sell off again to lower prices, right? That's always possible. But again, I don't think Grubhub makes money. Okay, they barely make money, right? EPS, 1 cent. Okay, so I don't know, man. Like, I think there are assets out there that are 10 times better of potential opportunities than Grubhub, dude. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. How about I'd like to wait and see if patterns develop on this first. Nothing happened. It's just coming off of some terrible gap down. Okay. No, it's so weird, Kanatomo, about the contacts. I've redone my contacts like 6 times today. I mean, I was like, for half the day, I wore only 1 contact. And so I put it back in. It's the same problem I'm having. It's like my last contacts too. I have to go, oh, you know how they do it. It's a racket, a complete racket. You like legally have to go in to get new, you have to get your eyes examined and do the dilation stuff before you can get a new prescription to get more so they can make their money, of course, right? What happened? Visine, dude, it has nothing to do with any of that, dude. It's just something's wrong. I don't know. I'm done with Grubhub though, okay? No more Grubhub talk. All right, done completely. Never going back to it ever again, probably. Kappa. But today, definitely done forever. All right. So, you know, there's one asset on the crypto market that you maybe won't believe, okay, that it did it. And it's Tezos. Remember? It was the crazy harmonic. Rodeo said it's 618 and reversed a couple times, but it kind of just showed consolidation. And look at the wick down yesterday. This was all Bitcoin, and somehow after Bitcoin's sell-off, it rallied back to like break-even price from yesterday, just long like a doji, and today it's just breaking a down-sloping resistance, but hitting a 78% resistance or a 78% retrace. at like $1.44, and it's overbought. And like you can see positive momentum building, but how long is that going to go when you're already like overbought, right? God, Georgia, you suck. On your own 20, and it's third down, man. Here we go. Let me see you just have a terrible play call and not get the first down here, and then give Texas A&M the ball back. Let's watch that, dude. I'm a spot on Link. Bouncing off 210. Link connect. Oh my God. He got a first down. Okay, so yeah, I mean, this is great on Tezos, man. Like a textbook harmonic looks 78% retrace. It never even really quite hit the 786, which is what sucks, man, right? If you were a trader, it wasn't even at a 1272 or 786. So like if it hit here at this area, there's no critical support looking left. It just randomly reversed before the pattern completion zone was hit. And that's the crappy thing about Tezos. And it happens, man. Sometimes like a harmonic will be built and it just won't quite get to the PCZ and then do this. And there's nothing you can do about it. But that's the beauty of trading and technical analysis. There are thousands of charts to analyze, okay? Great play call. Dude, are you kidding me? Think about it. I mean, like, really. If I have Georgia's minus 3.5, oh God, at least it's not the, if it was the Ohio State line, I'd be winning by half a point right now. But Jesus. Of course, A&M have 3 timeouts. There's no way Georgia puts together another first down. No way. Fromm is terrible, dude.
Noise! Wow, Mitch, you're being a little rhymes with which today. Stop crying and have some fun.
Thanks for the 3s. Okay. Also, something else that is up double digits is VeChain. What'd it do? Well. Might be tweezer bottoming, might be bullish engulfing on the daily, where it hit what, chat? What did VeChain hit before we saw this candle? Someone tell me. It's not a rhetorical question. I'm literally asking because, like, well, it's trivia, I guess. What did VeChain hit before it reversed? Oh my God. Jamantra Code, do you want to have a gentleman's bet on that? I will literally bet you $400 that Oregon will not win the championship, the national championship for college football. Just let me know, dude. If you want to take that bet, I'll go all in against you on that because I don't think Oregon will win the national championship at all. That's it. Kanatomo got it, man. Golden retrace. That's it, dude. Would have also taken the 61.8% retrace to not the 617 Joshua, but very close, I guess. One number off, right? Please, if you're a viewer, don't tell people what to do. Like, it's weird. If I don't tell, as a streamer, I don't tell people what to do. You as a viewer should definitely not be telling people what to do. Like, yeah, maybe there are other streamers that tell people literally what to do, but like, it's just derp. And if you're going to tell people what to do, maybe have an argument behind it versus just saying it and there's no argument. It's just you're saying 3 words or 4 words and then that's it. That's just stupid. Yeah, Jumantra, I know you're just trolling, dude. You can see it. It is a vague pronoun, Daver. You're going to say retrace. Well, yeah, but I mean, like, the 618 special. It's very, very special. It's the reciprocal of the gold mean ratio, the 1.618. Okay. All right, so we got a couple double-digit gainers today after, of course, double-digit losses over the course of the past few days. Well, not Tezos, just VeChain. Right, VeChain had lost 61.8% of its value from the lowest low, from the highest high of the run. Okay. All right. Oh, holy crap. Guess what alert went off yesterday for me, chat? We didn't even talk about it in stream. ZRX. Oxcoin, dude. What a hit. Too fast, man. Too fast, dude. Look at this. There it is. And look what effing happened. Look what effing happened when you hit that support, chat. We're not even close to it right now. As soon as we hit 22 cents, this trend line I had plotted forever, right? We're now at nearly 25 cents. You hit it, big bounce. Now, of course, maybe it sucks and doesn't, play out still because Bitcoin might just dump. But left shoulder head, maybe right shoulder developing right now. And who knows, maybe it could take a month, up and down here before it really goes again, if it does. So, let's go, dude. I think that's really special on ZRX, man. Well, Daver, if you've been watching the show, man, 22 cents was kind of the area, wasn't it? That's right. No appreciation for this. Just spam out other S coins. Yes, that don't matter. Yes, let's do that. Okay. XTZ looked interesting. It was. It is interesting. Just based on the fact that it's bucking the entire macro, right? So I think that's special. Okay. That's really cool. But ZRX today is up 2.21%. Half a penny. All right. What other stuff we have going on today? Nothing really sticks out on the watch list. I mean, Tron Connect's up 4.15%. I think it fell below the... Oh, man. Yeah, it was like a little chant one and... Oh, my God. Yeah, log skill. Okay, thanks. Break my trend line. Break my channel when I get out of log skill. Thanks. So 1 and 2 on the bottom, 3 on the top. A little up thrust failed. And, yeah, you're out. You're out of the channel. All right, so this is a great potential trade with a... pretty large harmonic that I think sucked. I think the harmonic sucked in a way because it just went too deep. 95% retrace. I like the 1414, right? It reversed its price action from B to C, the 1414 fib extension. All right, that was the head, and there was divergence down there too. So, but the cool thing is what happened after this. The stupidity of the deep retrace, too deep. Another chance happened, right? Inverse head and shoulders. And it broke the upside and hit a measured move. And from a high to low, hit a 38% retrace like to Jesus before reversing. And that's exactly what I try to teach all the time in the stream about the golden zone. Like once you hit the golden zone on a retrace, it becomes common. And thank God Georgia covered.
I just felt like screaming.
All right, man. Yeah, I mean, most alts are useless. Very, very few. Like only a handful of the thousands of alts that exist are good.
Pause head and shoulders on daily. THNX man.
Queen B, thanks for the 3s. Potential inverse head and shoulders. Yeah, maybe. It doesn't have much lifespan, right? It IPO'd in June, dude. Ugh. Let's just don't have much data. But yeah, maybe some sort of momentum shift. That being probably the neckline, Okay. But it's not really that clear, And you got overhead resistance up here too with candle closes and wicks. God. And I'll tell you though, if it can't look, let's see here. High to low. Thank God, dude. Georgia, they were playing like crap. Dude, imagine if you didn't do a 3-game, 4-game teaser on Georgia. You didn't cover. You didn't cover at all, dude. What was Georgia favored by in this game? Anyone at all? Okay, so good news, I guess you could say, is we've pretty much from this low, we've hit a 23% retrace, or close enough to say that this is a valid major swing low from this high. So, yeah, pattern-wise, all right, neckline's probably going to be at like $30 if it's real, which I don't even know. I'm not even going to go ahead and draw the curved lines for the pattern because it's really scuffed looking. It's just like, it doesn't matter though. Like, just think about momentum shifts. What happens in momentum shifts? You go from lows to lower lows to lowest lows, and then the lowest low, you then create higher lows, and then you create another higher low, and then you create another higher low after that. All right. And when that happens, a neckline forms, and what it seems to me, it looks kind of like the neckline's at $31, right? $31. And you're going to have another resistance right above it, which is kind of what weirds me out a little bit. But if this thing's just to make a common retrace, you're looking between $35.96 and $43.28. If it does that, if it's going to break $31 and $32, or really nearly $33. You know, if you just go from like candle close to this little neckline, potential neckline, think that's the neckline, because it's so, look, sometimes it's so weird, right? It's such a weird looking pattern. What is this? You know, like, is that the neckline? Can't say that, right? So it's like, if this is to break $31, then the target would probably be $37.67 or something. That's like probably the measurement of the size of this little structure if you broke it, okay? So that's how you can look at it. But yeah, the problem with this is like, normally like on ascending triangle, see, you could also argue it's like an ascending triangle too now, right? Of some sort, maybe. Right, you see a little accumulation demand line, right? Up sloping support is a demand line, and any kind of horizontal line support or a upsloping support, downsloping. I'm sorry, any kind of resistance. Okay, in a trend. All right, and this could be considered a no trend, whatever. This is a supply line, right? You call it a supply line because that is where there is supply. That is where people are selling this asset, right? At this area. So supply line and demand line, this is where people are buying, right? There's demand here. So it falling below this area, the rule of thumb for ascending triangles is you have a stop below the previous little low, right? So it's like 26.20. Digging this music though, right? If you ever got another chance, man, down here, if it got to this again, that'd be decent. But I mean, stop loss below that, there's just not enough reward involved to sell at the supply line. So you've got to swing for the fence in a way to make it worth it. You don't even have to go for the measure move fully. That could be your secondary target or something. But even if you just went for the 382, the beginning of the golden zone, right, where we could reverse, just like we looked at Tron Connect. Tron Connect, what did it do? When it finally reversed, very interesting.
George's Park has some extra specs for you.
Georgia's pick. Hey, did it, man. We did it. Georgia at a pick'em. Georgia at -3.5. They both covered. Fantastic. Now, right, we'll see Michigan doing okay still. I have Michigan at like +4. So they can lose by 3 points. What's the score now? Oh, they won. Nice. Okay. So I'm 5 of 5. I'm 5 of 6 right now. The 6th one is about to start, I think, in like 30 minutes. And that's Oregon. And I've got Oregon at -1. Okay. Let me pull this up. Let's see real quick. Dude, this song is good, man. I know it's like Sanskrit-y singing and stuff, but I dig it, man. Never gonna pick it up on Shazam, so. Rylan Taggart. I wonder if he's related to Coach Taggart from Florida State who got fired. Probably not. Oh my God, dude. Look at this, okay? All right, Georgia. Or, sorry. Okay, Oregon. The whole world. I'm going to show it. I don't want to do it, man. I don't want to show it. I know we don't like doing this, but I just want to show, like, the way it's connecting right now, okay? Everything, my whole weekend is on Oregon right now, okay? Look at this, okay? So I've got 3-game teaser, 4-game teaser, 4-game teaser, 4-game teaser. Is it even showing? Okay, so, you can't even see the... Okay, here we go. All right, so it's like Ohio State -5.5 covered, Oregon -1, Minnesota -1, Georgia pick'em, Ohio State -5, Oregon -1, Virginia -4, Georgia -0.5 a point, right? So everything is on Oregon. So, but Oregon's like, I could win by 2 points and cover my biggest bet, and then they not cover the, you know, -4.5, and I still am fine, right? So it's like, let's go Oregon, man. This is it. I haven't won $1 today on college football because everything's tied with Oregon. Let's go, dude. And, dude, it's like Oregon's playing a very, very bad Arizona team, okay? I don't know how this is going to go, man. Okay. Nervous, but we'll see. Okay, so going back to Adaptive Biotechnologies Corporation, ADPT, right? This is a way one can look at sizing it up, right? Having a stop below that previous little low. Entry around where you are now. And then a target at the 382 at $35.96 or nearly $36. And maybe the measure move. But at this point, if you're going to go to the 382, might as well just go for the 50% for your secondary target. That's really where it looked. Resistance is there. 39.62. All right. First target, second target. Let's go. There's your ADPT. Does that help, Surf Fishing for Morgan, Alabama? Thank you so much for the $10. Whew, we did it, dude. Was that you that... No, you didn't ask for that, did you? Did you? No, not you. It was Queen Bee. My bad, dude.
Is that a joint?
Thanks for all the TA. What's your take on the Tennessee v Mizzou game tonight?
You got a quarter? If you got that quarter, get it in your hand, flip it, and whatever side it lands on, go with that, okay? Missouri's terrible, but the thing is about Missouri that they've just been beaten down. Look, I do look at SEC teams or like Power 5 teams that are bad. If they're playing other bad teams, which we know Tennessee's extremely inconsistent and they cannot show up or they can show up, you got to think, I think Tennessee is not bowl eligible. They won't be. So they might come out, at every game now thinking it's the Super Bowl for them, right? Missouri, I think, is in the same boat. Are they 5-5? Dude, those games, I don't touch them. I don't touch them because I don't know. Because I don't have an edge. Right? I have edges when I know exactly what teams are playing for. I know the coaching staff, like what they're doing, the players and athletes. Missouri doesn't have athletes or coaches really, nor does Tennessee. So when you take those, it's almost, look, okay, I think about, right, the betting, right, in college football, top 10 teams, for the most part, unless you watch and you see the eye test, you see why this team's completely overrated. That's normally taking a higher market cap coin or higher market cap stock, a blue chip, right, like an Amazon or a Walmart or a Bitcoin or Ethereum or Litecoin, not XRP, whatever, dude, for like, since the great FOMO, XRP is literally meh, right? Suppressed, doesn't do anything, okay? So, when you think about it like that, it's just, it's like, man, they're so susceptible to doing anything. But if you want me to, hold on. Thank you for the 420. It's okay. It's in Missouri, which isn't much of a home field advantage. Believe me, dude. It's terrible. Night game. All right, 73.44. All right, so 73.50 has been such a problem area for Bitcoin. It tried messing with it for the past, I don't know, like 36 hours or something. Bitcoin's tried to mess with 73.50 and just kept failing. So 24 hours maybe, whatever. Are there any kind of injuries to this game? Okay. Just reading a little bit. See, Kelly Bryant is a big edge. He might be, but he's only thrown 6 interceptions this year. And he hasn't had one multi-interception game yet. Dude, speaking of turnovers, you know Fields from Ohio State had 4 fumbles today? How you going to beat LSU if you have 4? If you just can't keep it together, you can't hold on to the ball, dude. It's terrible. So biased, man. Of course. Seems like it. Dude, it could go any way, man. Oh, this is so biased. Hold on. Dude, what is it doing? It's clicked on like a website that, oh my god, dude. Okay, so it's like, you know, Tennessee's 4 out of 5 in their last 5. But they had a really emotional game against Kentucky last weekend. They barely won, right? Oh, okay, it was 2 weekends ago, and they had a bye. Okay, so they had a bye week, so they obviously weren't looking ahead. They had 2 weeks to prepare for this team. Probably preparing for Vanderbilt, probably, right? Just kidding. So Missouri is like 5-2 all time against Tennessee. Dude, this is a coin flip. This is one you should stay away from if you're trying to bet, dude. This is just one I'd never touch, okay? So maybe I'll just give it to Tennessee. Okay.
S coins are where the dang tindies are at.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Value on the underdogs in these matchups. We mooning or going broke like the Robin Hood infinite leverage scrubs.
Okay, then, if that's the case, let's go with Tennessee. Let's go with Tennessee to go into Missouri and win it somehow, some way. Okay, we'll do that. Bitcoin's moving up. Oh my God. It's up by 2 seconds. It's up by 2 cents, man. Okay, been live for 45 minutes. I don't do parlays. No FOMO. I do not do parlays. Like you can say, hey man, see the thing for me, like what I've developed in my own system, reward to risk is not that big a deal to me. More so it's the amount of points I can get on the teams I believe can win or lose that weekend, right? So I've never been a reward to risk guy when it comes to college football betting. It's been about the points to me. Points are more important than the juice, all right? So I'm not looking for underdogs to win in college football. I'm looking for blue chips to perform and show up and cover really big time lines. Okay. War on buffets. If you can create an API for it, hey, I'd be all for it. But if not, I'm not going to go through the effort of doing it. And I didn't think that'd be disrespectful at all. Okay. Dude, I know like the way this market is, man. Hey, Bitcoin doesn't do anything or sells off. Oh, you're going to get less viewers, way less viewers. Fine, whatever. We've been in much worse conditions than this, if you can believe that. I don't know, man. Maybe. Dude, the thing about like looking for patterns on altcoins when Bitcoin's doing what it's doing, it's so tough to want to even take a chance. Because it's like, if Bitcoin can't break 7350, it's going down to 6800 again. And it's going to be methodical. It's not going to be like straight down, straight up like it did this time. Okay? There was such an emotional response to it in 6800 the first time. Okay? We need follow through price action. We're really not screwed here. This is not follow through price. I'm sorry. Bitcoin is not showing follow through price action that warrants any kind of thought that Bitcoin's hit the bottom. Okay? It's not doing that. Noom, based on what? Please tell me, based on what, dude? We already hit the 61.8% retrace, and it was October 24th, and when it hit the first time, the 61.8% retrace, it shot up 43%, one of the largest single-day gains in the history of Bitcoin. But guess what? Here we are, 1 month later, November 23rd, and Bitcoin's back down. It hit that, it fell below that area. Pretty bad. That is not bullish. That's not good. That's not good price action. So besides saying something's about to do something, if you're going to say that, how much you bring an argument behind it, some facts, some basis points behind it. Otherwise, you just look like a moon boy. It's like, hey, I'm Nostradamus. I don't even have to have an argument. I'm just saying it because I feel like it. That's like inverse saying something. That's like worse than saying nothing. When you say something and you have no argument behind it, okay? It's like negative points for you. Negative chat engagement. Bitcoin's not even oversold. I guess the kind of top of the hour a little bit. Well, it was 9 minutes ago. But people are continuing to talk about it in the chat, and that's fine. So I'm going to look at it. Technically, that's not true. Bitcoin is oversold. It very much is. Look, you can look right here. This 30 is oversold. Bitcoin currently is sitting at 26.3 or so on the RSI. So that's definitely oversold. Okay, anytime you're below 30. Anytime you're above 60 or anytime you're above 70, you are overbought. Okay, So again, it's the weekend, low volume most likely. No, this isn't going to move much probably this weekend, but the weekly candle closes tomorrow. The daily candle closed, like 10 minutes ago. So this is the weekly. This is where we are, chat. This is not a joke. Area 7360 high. You're below it right now. Look left. Critical support. Look what happened when you fell below the weekly candle close back from August 2018. You went straight down to a next high, right? 6,800, and then bounced off of it. So now we're here again. You really would like to see Bitcoin close above 73.60, but whatever, man. We're not here to hope. We're just like, okay, it's like good if you close above it, bad if you don't. It just means that there's a higher likelihood that Bitcoin would see 6,800 again to test it more methodically versus just knee-jerk emotional, right? Like boom, boom, like down there, back up, right? You'll do that the first time, and the second time, if the market understands and comes to confirmation that this is not the bottom, then it will start slowly bleeding out, methodically going back down to that support again to test it. And at that point, it's much weaker of a support. And then eventually it can be broken. And if you break 6,800, well, you're probably going down to 6,000 if you break 6,800. $800 move real fast. It's going to be real fast if we break 6,800, chat. Just saying. There's not really any support. I want to say, get this out of here. What is this crap? What's up all about, Mr. Schaffer? Weekly candle just above the 618 for now. Yeah, weekly and daily. Right, low to high, you're just right around that 618 area. Even though right here, right, when we hit this before, this was a 618, and you had a really nice bounce, but it turned into nothing. Just 3 days of movement to the upside, and then every single other day beyond that was terrible, right? We're talking 1 week, 1 month of nothing but lower lows in the end, right? Despite anything, the weekly closes where it is now, lower lows, the lowest low of the entire correction that's been around for nearly 150 days. How long till candle close? It's closed. What is truth? It closed 14 minutes ago. Daily candle. Weekly candle, this one tomorrow. So 23 hours and 14 minutes or something. Okay. Yep, James. And what's to stop Dash from going down to 15? What makes it so effing special? What makes it so valuable that it maybe wouldn't hit $15 again? I just want to know that. It hasn't done. What has the project of Dash done, James, in the past 2 years that would make it actually worth whatever it's worth now, right? Picking olives today on Paso Robles, California. Did I say that right? Robles, or is it Robles? Sounds way more classy in Spanish as Robles. Robles. I don't know, dude. The olive oil king. Okay. Is this live, Don? Nope. This is not live. It's a figment of your imagination. I know you're not shilling it, but I know you're not, but I'm still asking the questions, right? No, it was more like, you'd be like, yeah, it's true, man. That's true. Or you'd be like, well, it's done all these things because you know so much about the project, right? It'd be like, no, you're right. Or here's my argument for why Dash should be worth more than it was 2 years ago, because this is what it's done with the development of his project, right? It wasn't me being mean or saying you're shilling. It was just literally like an actual question, genuine question. And last line of critical support, for sure. I agree. Yeah, the whole double bottom thing or whatever. Oh my God, my contacts kill me, dude. Oh my God. Bitcoin can go as low as what, in your opinion, Don Rivera? Well, it's not about my opinion. It's not about what I think. It's more so about, because I don't know what other analysts or people who are influencers on YouTube, the way they talk, right? A lot of probably talk really irresponsibly, and they try to make themselves sound like Nostradamus. But dude, I'm never gonna claim I know where something's going. But I'll tell you what happens when supports are broken, where it can go next. Like, it's kind of a forecast. It's like if it breaks, and if you were watching me the past couple of months or month, it's, if you break 8,500, you're going to 7,500 real fast. Boom, we did it. You break 7,500, you're going to 6,800 real fast. What'd we do? We went to 6,800, literally touched it perfectly, and then bounced. If we break 6,800, we're going down to 6,000. There's no support till then, really. Okay, so I don't know. Like, it depends on how long this correction is going to last after the impulse. It could go down. It could go down to a 78% retrace, 88% retrace. I don't know. But until the asset that we're talking about starts showing some sort of daily reversal on a candlestick, first off, Japanese candlestick, or start showing bullish divergence like it did here, I can't say we're going to reverse anytime soon to the upside. Right? We broke out. It was wonderful. And then we came down. We just kept bleeding out. And now we're at lower lows than we've been in 150 days, right? So, of the correction. So technical analysis is not about predicting the future. It's about gaining an edge on any market, any given market, so you can make a trade and you have a higher probability of that trade playing out versus it failing, okay? And we use coinciding variables with different indicators, oscillators for that. Bitcoin's showing none right now. Bitcoin might be waning on its positive momentum now, but the new day just started. You know, like almost every single one of these negative histogram wicks were showing the white like they were waning before later in the day they started picking up negative momentum and the prices started selling off to lower price. So I don't know. I don't know if this is it. I don't know if we're going to start reversing now, right? But either way, I don't care. This is one huge negative histogram wick. Yeah, say we rally, we make a lower high than our previous highs, and then we, get back to neutral, and then we sell off again. Then we're cooking. Then we're talking about maybe we'll see some bullish divergence again, and that's what we look for. But see, there's a difference between like me and maybe a lot of people that watch, where a lot of people are obsessed with Bitcoin and don't care about any other market. That's where you're making a fatal mistake if you care about trading. Dude, Bitcoin's one asset. Though we know how special it is, fundamentally, we know the revolutionary technology. This is an invention of a truth machine. We love it for that matter. But if you're talking about as a trader, this is one asset out of thousands over multiple markets, okay, where you use technical analysis to look for trades. I could go to any given asset. There may or may not be reason to believe why something's breaking the upside or downside on that asset, okay? Right here, Bitcoin, not telling me much on the daily besides it's slightly oversold, and really, it might be due for maybe a bounce to the upside, but not a resounding bounce and not a higher high than the previous high. Okay. So anyway, just going on a rant again. Like people ask me, where do I think it can go? It's not about what I think. It's all about what it does when it corresponds to different supports, resistances, and those are all lined up for you. 6,800, 6,000, 5,800. After 5,800, forget about it. After 5,800 is maybe 5,000, 4,800. Because, look, close here, candle high close, but we capitulated through that last time. We went straight down through it, shattered it, went down to 3,150. Okay, so I'll just tell you this. Bitcoin never wants to see prices below 5,800. You break below 5,800, forget about Bitcoin for a long time probably, okay? That's it. But I'll tell you this. Maybe you break 5,800 and maybe you go just slightly below it, okay? Well, we had it like this. B, C, and then D, 88.8. So 88% retrace is a bullish bat pattern. And this was brought up a long, long time ago as a scenario. Everyone laughed at it. We all laugh at it. I laughed at it. It's like, oh, yeah, whatever. It'll take a long time to get there. So 43.73 is an 88% retrace from the low to high value areas on Bitcoin. Maybe a reversal could happen there. Okay. But also the 786 is a little bit more reasonable, and it's more like, hey, that's near that support. Okay, so it's so close to that support. Maybe at 5,800, 6,000, there could be a big bounce to the upside, right? But we don't get down there. Okay, well, whatever. Okay, Chad, I've been live for 1 hour now.
Bruh.
Look on the 8th. Oh my God, man. Did. Inverness, Scotland. Inverness is very close to my house. Not in Scotland, but here. Very cool. Love the name. But the halvening's coming, Demi. Halvening's coming. And, well, we're still in a long-term, talking like since inception, Bitcoin's still in an uptrend. Still it's not. Like, look, in the end, macro-wise, if we're talking about things, Bitstamp. Never had it. Okay, yeah. Like if we're talking about macro and we're talking long term, we're talking uptrends. This is the entire life of Bitcoin. It's actually not. I mean, it goes back further, but this is since the data was created. All right, so where you are right now on Bitcoin is you're right at a heart line. I don't think you want to fall below. This will be devastating probably for a long term upscale or uptrend and long scale. Staying above this is of paramount importance, I believe, because it's like, once you fell below it, you kept regarding it as resistance, and you finally did break above it and ran to the upside. But here, you want to hold this. But I don't think things are absolutely dead on Bitcoin. I think you're in a lot of trouble if you break 3,000, 3,150. Like you falling below the lowest lows. I don't think in the history of Bitcoin it's ever done that, where it made a U-shaped recovery. It finished up its correction, right? When the corrections finish up and the recovery happens, it never ends up, in the history of Bitcoin, it never has ended up making a lower low than that recovery low before the recovery started, right? It's never done that. So you bring below 3,150 would be completely historical, and the whole hype for Bitcoin that's been around for a decade could be in a lot of trouble, okay? That's a big deal. So as long as maybe the heart line doesn't hold, maybe this, the 786 doesn't hold, maybe the 886 holds, right? And we bounce, you're still okay, like long-term uptrend on Bitcoin. But falling below 3,150, I think would be devastating to Bitcoin's entire uptrend, man. Like just think about like what could happen, breaking below that 3,000, 3,150. I mean, what's the bottom of the channel? Bottom of the channel's like down here at like $1,200. So you aren't screwed yet, but you're working on it, okay? That's it on Bitcoin. Our super chat's off because I don't like when you tip me that YouTube takes 30%, the government takes 30%, and then YouTube decides if they want to, they'll pay me at the money you tip me at the end of the month. Okay, so that's why super chats are off, because they literally, if you tip me via super chat, I get less than 50% of it when it's all said and done, and I don't get it when you give it to me, right? I don't think you or anyone else would want that. Okay, so that's why there's no super chat on. Okay. From this low to this low. What are you talking about, bro? How is there bullish divergence? What the? How is there bullish divergence when this was your previous low, 30, and now we're at 25? Here's your previous major low, 30. Here's your lower low. You made a low on price, you're making a lower low on price. You're showing bearish convergence, not bullish divergence, dude. That is bearish convergence. Low on price. Lower low on price. Lower levels of relative strength. That is bearish convergence. That is the definition of it. Okay, when your price and your relative strength are doing the exact same thing, convergence, not divergence at all. Okay, not bullish divergence on the daily. Awesome, Jenkins Ferguson, fantastic. Look at the before the last low. What are you talking about? Look at, that's bullcrap, dude. You're cherry picking your swing lows. Dude, bullish divergence was here, and we made a trade based on this, and it played out. The divergence played out here, but you can't just be like, oh, I'm just gonna disregard this low, this major swing low, and I'm just gonna cherry pick and go to this one to make myself look like I have bullish. That's not how it works, dude. You can't just be like, this is a low and this is a low, now it's divergence. What? The divergence played out right here, this low to this low. There is no bullish divergence on the daily. It's all bearish convergence right now. So what is this? Start to flow. I don't really know what this does. I mean, I'm looking at Larley, I don't really know how to, explain it. There's nothing to explain this. Like, okay, so looking at this, So it's like halvening. All right, you ran up leading up to the halvening. I think there's like 6 months where you sell off or something after the halvening, and then you run again. So it's like, look, halvening, blow up, halvening, blow up. Selling off, there's no halvening yet. It's in May or June of 2020 or something. So it happened once on the 4 hour and it played out. What? That's not how it works, dude. Just because you have anecdotal information or anecdotal evidence on a 4 hour chart that happened one time on one asset ever, and now we're looking at the daily time scale, you see how tenuous your argument is? Yeah, plenty of explaining to do with it. All right, yeah, certainly. That's what I'm saying. So it was like, it shows when things, when the happenings happen. Yep, plenty. Yep, percentage gains. Okay. Oh, what the? Sorry. Bad. So yeah, man, it's great, man. So it seems like after the halvening, you've had runs to the upside, I guess. Okay. Percentage gains, hype. We've never started in the low blue section and not reached the high red section. Okay. Okay, you hear that? So it's like we've never reached the blue section, and we've, every time we start in the blue and we go up, we never don't get to the red or the yellow, right? Yeah, it's true for now. Assuming history was to repeat itself and it was to do the same thing it had done before. Yeah, it's true. He says, Larley's talking about it lines up with the longer term channel, and what I was saying earlier, where it's never made a lower low after moving up from a deep correction. So it's like a coinciding variable to some degree, right? Okay, I dig it. I mean, again, it's like the long term uptrend on Bitcoin's up until you make a lower high, and then after the lower high, you then make eventually a lower low from the bottom, from the previous correction. You're fine. So Bitcoin can make a 786 retrace, 886 retrace, and then reverse and then be fine. But if it ever gets back to 3150 and falls below that, yeah, then we'll be talking about something historic that's never occurred in the history of Bitcoin. Okay, and that's bad. That's very bad for Bitcoin. Better than the MACD IMO? All right, that's fine. It's better. I don't think it's probably better. I think you might just prefer it better. Okay. How much? Show me your statistics and research done, Lilith, on why it's literally better statistically based on all your research that you've done with all your different samples. It's just like people be coming in and being like, hey, my indicator that I use is better than yours. It's like, dude, I don't use just one indicator. I use one indicator and line it up with a bunch of other indicators at the same time. That's what I do. I don't ever rely on one indicator. So, okay. So, well, thanks for coming out, everybody. Just wanted to say hi, and thanks for Larley reminding me. I know we had talked about Fibonacci Day a few months ago. 11231123, and I just wanted to give an update on Bitcoin and what it's doing and the correlation of its price action right now to what it's bouncing against, a critical support resistance area from 2018, and we're not breaking it. Sorry, very little movement, right? You get an automatic rally a lot. It's a Wyckoff term. On the daily, there is no automatic rally. There's nothing. All you got was a knee-jerk reaction at 6,800. You don't break 7,300, 7,350 to 7,400 soon. We'll see you down at 6,800 again soon. Okay? Legit. It's like you're in between support resistances, 6,800 and 7,400-ish. Okay? If you don't break this, again, 6,800 is the next target. All right? So thanks for the likes, love, support, the contributions, everything. Y'all are amazing. Love y'all. Gonna go watch that Oregon game about to kick off. So until next time, respect the TA.
Adios, turd nuggets.